Welcome. It is still discussion segments on Good Morning Anambra. Today, the 16th day of the month of January 2023. I need to write it, yes, so I don't make mistake. Welcome again. And for those of you who have not seen this year, Happy New Year. How are you? I have my colleague with me. Ebere, how far?
Yes, good morning, IJ. Good morning. Happy New Year too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we are seeing for the first time this year.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Sijoma Uche, and I have a Bere Ugona with me. This morning, we're going to look at a very disturbing story. Very disturbing topic this morning, 2023 elections and the PVC collection. I have some people that have joined me to look at it. They are Engineer Maureen Chizoba Okolie Uku. She is the founder, Creative Ladies Global Resources. Good morning, Maureen.
Good morning. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Happy New Year there.
Okay, you're welcome. Happy New Year to you. And I also have God's own Onyeka Obiez there. He's a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Onyeka.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year, sir. Welcome. Okay, yes, Ebere.
All right. Of course, you've heard the topic. We're going to be looking at the 2023 elections and the PVC collection. We've been asking questions, IJ. The elections are drawing nearer. A few weeks from now, we're going to go into the polls, and it looks as if a lot of PVCs are yet to be collected. And we also know that the nation, or the citizens, are clamoring for something better. And we're asking the question, if you're clamoring for something better, how do you make that happen if you have not collected your PVCs? Okay, so we're going to be looking at this critically today and try to find out what could be the reasons why there's a lot of PVCs with the INEC people at the INEC various offices and centers in the country, and a lot of people are yet to pick theirs. Let me begin with the lady, the woman in the house, Engineer Maureen Chizoba. 2023 elections is almost here with us. So far, so good. How prepared do you think we
are? Let's not go too far. A lot of people don't vote simply because they think their vote doesn't count. A lot of people think it's a waste of time. We are stressing ourselves so much, trying to do things that are simple. If you go to local government, it's either they tell you the staffs are not on seat or they are on seat. They want people to come in bulk so that they start taking, a lot of process. I've gone there several times to go and pick my updated PVC. My sister, is not easy. You start looking for somebody's faces, and a lot of people come there with a lot of problems. And they add it to the one you are coming with, It's not easy. Nigeria is so stressful that you will leave that thing you are doing to go to local government to go and pick PVC, and you go there, is not available. Or they will tell you one person is not on seat. You have to go and come back. And let me tell you, Nigeria itself is stressful. If you are coming from, let's say, Amobia to Oka to pick your PVC, you go there with 200 naira and come back with 200 naira. And peradventure you get there, you didn't see it. You will be discouraged.
Saying you have not picked your PVC?
I say I updated mine.
Okay, but you have not picked it.
But I can still vote because it has been updated.
Okay, fine.
It has been updated. No.
Let me get to you.
I don't really agree with you that she's scaring you. Because she's trying to, highlight some of the challenges that's making a lot of people.
Honey, it's me that she's scared, not you. So you shouldn't tell me when I'm scared or not.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I'm coming to you, Onyeka.
I have a different version.
Okay.
I registered in Abuja, and I did my transfer here to my village, not even here. And fortunately for me, I got to the ward there. I got my own.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to ask now, because we saw so many videos where people are, that were moved to the, what do you call it, voters card were moved to the wards, so that they think in a ward, general local government. So people should really know where to get their cards, okay? And yes, that's where we call INEC in, because it should tell us how things are moved. Before the videos we have seen on social media, these things have been moved from the local government to different wards. Okay, And then if you have not picked it, it simply means you don't want it. That's what I saw yesterday that really made me cry. Over 2,000 votes for Oko people, Oko Ebawa, and nobody is coming to pick the card. Okay, I agreed that there's this stress and whatever, but there's a way people say it now. Okay, let's talk about this election. There's so much awareness that has been created. People rush out to go and register. And now the problem is coming to claim your card. What do you think that happened? Did the tempo die down?
Well, the issue is that like for me, I'm obedient to INEC instructions. The instruction is, it's either you change your polling unit, which I've done, and I also have gotten my card. That is to say that I'm ready for the election. And I suppose that everybody should, seeing what is happening in the country now, if we're asking for true change. But the system in Nigeria is, once it's about 1 to 2 days to end, people will now flog the whole place and start making troubles. And we also advise the Omata people here to close the market for that. Maybe 1 or 2 days.
They did. So many of them closed markets
to
register.
So
why won't you pick? That is where we have problems.
Let them do the same for picking. Because, traders will not want to listen to anybody as long as their goods are not sold. So if they enforce it, if the Omata says, okay, this day, don't come to market, go and pick your PVC. You see, when you get to the centers there and to the wards, you see a lot of queue and people will be eager. But as long as somebody sees a shop where you had open and my own is shut down because of PVC, he will not go. So the something is, let them do it uniformly. If the state government will also enforce it and said, today, no market, no civil service, everybody should go and pick the PVC. You see, it will be done. But as long as somebody will look at it and say, this shop is open, why will my own close? I have from no business. That kind of language. So the best thing is for the state government to enforce it. And another thing is for the Omata and the market unions to enforce it by closing the market.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't come back to you. You said something earlier that a lot of people don't believe in the voting process or the election process here in the country. So that was why I asked the question earlier. How prepared is the Nigerian citizens for the coming election? There are lots of PVCs that have not been collected. There have been this, uproar on social media that a particular movement has got people are clamoring for change, people want something better and all of that. But how do you get better, or how do you get what you want when PVCs are there? And over the years, it's been clear that Nigerians find it difficult to vote. At the end of the day, you find out a president is emerging with fewer votes than the original population of the citizens. Where do we go from here?
Honestly, we just have to keep talking. I think we have to keep agitating, keep pushing. Let me tell you something. My younger sister told me that they stays in Lagos. If you want to go and get your PVC and you are an Igbo, they will make life so miserable for you. Because they know that you are going to vote for Obi. That's what she says. And they have to re-strategize. If you want to go and get your PVC, you have to wear Tinubu and wear his cap. Then you have easy access. You get yours. That's what's happening in Lagos. So you can imagine, tribalism, those kind of a thing can frustrate people. Then if he's here, I think an Igbo man, an average Igbo man, like he said, cannot close his shop while other people's own are open. That's just the truth. And some people will look at if they come, are they sure they're going to get it today? And in the Igbo was some midi, nobody knows 2-3 days to the election or closing hour, you will see everybody rushing there. And then some people will still not get it because once it is 5-6, of course, offices will close. People will go home. So I think that's what we are seeing here. They just have to shut down a day or two, then make so much announcement, agitate people to go and pick it.
You know what I'm still asking? Which has not been answered. Why were people so eager to go and register? All this process you are talking about, they went through a more rigorous one to register. And now the cars are out. You don't want to go and pick it.
Now, something is there.
So what is it?
What happened is that, you know, I wouldn't say that the love for wanting to go and register is dying down.
The agitation.
It is not. The truth about the whole thing is, you look at it very properly. When it came, people were like wildfire, obedient. This. Now they've gone, they registered. Today, you will see, I think it's ending up on 22nd. You see, from the 18th, you see the mad rush. You go and pick it.
Why are we like that?
It's human, it's Nigerian system.
At the end of the day, a lot of people will not be able to pick.
Because what will happen is, Nigerians like bribing. Somebody want to say, now when I got there, I saw it was, I just tipped somebody and I got it. Nigerians like that very well. They never wanted, if he gets there to get it so easy, they will not value it.
So without all of this happening, are we ready for this?
I'm telling you, from the 18th, you see every ward where the collection is done, you will get there, take your camera there. You see what will be happening. You see racketing all over the place.
Okay.
It's just the system they built in Nigeria, and Nigeria is suffering it.
It's a bad system. Very bad one. Engineer Maureen, do you think INEC has done enough to sensitize, to enlighten people more on this?
What I would say is that this year is better than other years. Honestly speaking, they did well this year.
No, I'm talking about collection of PVCs.
Of course. They took it down to what level? It's not easy.
So it's no longer their problem.
No. It's
Okay,
not.
let's now look at the challenges generally, or what we need to do as a people. Okay? Otherwise, I've been thinking that if we are one of the presidential candidates that we are seeking for election, with all this mammoth crowd that we see around, I think the first thing I would have, if I want to talk, would have been, if you are with your PVC, let me see it up. Because we can't keep making noise and nothing is coming out of it.
Exactly.
Okay, if one or two of them have done that, maybe by now, people would have said they need to pick their PVC. You can't come here and be making noise and expressing love and support and all lots of things for me when you don't have your card. So it's all waste. Now, what do we do as a person? You have suggested people, the traders closing markets. What about the churches? What about the schools? What about government itself?
Well,
what do we do to make sure that people collect their PVCs?
I saw a video of people asking people to go for their PVC if they actually want a change.
Asking
the people, Nigerians, to go for their PVC.
to go for their PVC.
Yes.
Okay.
Since the INEC have provided it, and people should endeavor to go. Well, like you said, the communities has a lot to do. The churches, the mosques, wherever people gather. The pastor should be preaching more practical things than telling us about heaven they have not seen. And you should see the Bible setup. You see that Bible setup is based on people. They will tell you the church of Corinthians, the church of Romans, the church of... They are addressing the people there. And if you read those books, you see that they don't have something in common because they are addressing a particular people. So if at this point in time, the churches should be preaching about election.
They do.
Because
of course
if they do, they should also preach about collecting of.
They do.
Because a lot of people rely on their pastors. If the pastor say, see, my dear, if you are coming to church next Sunday, come with your PVC. You see, everybody will get it.
Like they did during the registration.
If they said, if you are coming to mosques on Friday, come with your PVC. You see, it will be done. But the issue is, our people are not conscious of what is our problem here. They are telling us about Corinthians. They are telling us about Romans. They are telling us about Philippines. All these things, they are people-based instructions. If our people, what you have in Nigeria now is election. So the church should be preaching election.
They are preaching election.
They should preach
If
it
you listen to all the
and
big
tell
churches,
people and enforce it. If you don't have your PVC, no Holy Communion.
Don't come next Sunday.
It's very simple. Nigerians like something they want to do with hard instructions.
But do you think if they enforce that in the church, it is right?
Why is it
No,
not?
why
No,
not?
I'm asking.
God work
It's,
with
it's
people.
right. It's right.
Any preaching that is not people oriented is not preaching.
So you come to the church now and you tell a church member that if you don't come with your PVC,
No Holy Communion.
no Holy Communion, and
Yes.
don't you think you're violating the right of the person
No, no,
to
no,
worship?
Is there any right again
Reasons
here?
are this. Let me tell you this. Eh? When the Israelis are going for war, they never told them God says come to heaven. They will tell them, let not suffer not the wish to live. Any person that is coming to do otherwise, finish the person. So it is a people's orientation. This is what is in thing now. Do it now. If you don't do it now, if you postpone it for tomorrow, you are not doing it well.
Okay. Maureen, I'm coming to you again. I know when I was much younger, I wasn't even up to the age of voting. I know what election used to look like in this place. I have an uncle that lives in Omahia. He comes back from Omahia to register here. He comes back from Omahia to vote here. You understand? Then let's pause it there. We'll go. When we come back, I will conclude by asking you questions because let's see what is going on in our communities now. Okay. Let's take a street walk and we're coming back, please.
I registered here, in fact, so they told me they are not giving it here. That I should go to the ward level. So they direct me to the ward level. That's where I'm going to now. The way they are doing it now, they are trying to bring the PVC down to the ward level so that people will have access to it quickly. You know, when everybody comes to the INEC office like this place will be jam-packed and there will be no time for everybody to get it. So the way they are distributing it now, to me, I think it is more better so that they will be able to facilitate the collection.
I were the thing we're gonna award. See, you know, but I'm award able me pay able or transfer to because myself, my PVC registration, then transfer to Enugu to my ward. So I'm going to go with I think that was on Tuesday. So it was straightforward. Ilu Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi, so you will lose your PVC. Oburo something guy involved much stress. Him and the buy and I like him. He happy him boji delete. Kita no worry every in office and had free. They can give it to you. So open and the buy and put on ni igwe. They with their PVC. Yes, of course I get with us before the election day. But again, they are the publicity need the brother. Need the more people because many more now advertising my say to self or now want them just Fajakwa will not in a world level what I go. So I need more publicity. When you open a label more office and now your colleague or been a employee kuzi and I been a law good neighbor bar attendant or anybody you can talk to people that would come to your office and advise them to go and pick up their PVC because we're on a world level. So of course, open up publicize there more, then people would get the information and pick up their PVCs.
When my PVC bumbaya, I well on your free then everything award I want to well. But on the cabo of recent time, to me the number they turn up now the low because on the buy na fair as in Ghana, it will devote their own time. Man, some now but in Anambra, I don't think Nandem Madaka teacher will be there because I complain no carine na the INEC office.
From what I read from several media, I think people are really experiencing difficulty in collecting their PVCs. But in my ward, Idani, in Idemili North local government here, the PVCs are there on ground. The problem or challenges INEC officials are having are people coming out to collect these PVCs. And then in my ward, they are dispersed. They are not stationed in one place. So from a particular, Idan is one ward, but they have two schools where people come and collect. But you don't see people coming to do that. They are after their daily income, going for their businesses to eke out a living for the day. And I wouldn't know how else government will do it, having taken it to the ward level, so that people will just come and collect. Possibly they can engage local town criers, pay them small money to ensure that those people go and collect these PVCs.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, you have heard that people expressing their feelings as concerned. Picking up this, one of them mentioned what we are saying here. This lackadaisical attitude of our people, na time card, okay card. Before Mali Obanari and but I'm Then I asked my uncle in one of those days, I was saying, "Kedu ifemezi jesu mahia? Ada to election no mahia." Always na before maybe what do you call it? Maybe registration. The PG of the town will visit them to address them. On your registration. Before I took election, you go under my and it was to election no. Came a key for to beef up their population. Dinner is not a to election no. Population their community where one it so that whoever vote to in, come all upon and the community as to vote to for in. Kedi if our community leaders name. Because I feel yeah, this video nke okra for bawami since on a mother or PG. Kedi if I name to ensure not go na actually this vote. I find the mother find the buno. Yamana masonya bonya mala village man den azafa. Elokita na oba. Amande na aza obieze. Elobu na amande na aza nka. Why would they chiri fa na aba village by village uno na eki mother to ensure no nyobo na wete akade aka eme ifa na eme.
Well, if Ineku is quite in order, but then if they are going house to share it, remember it will not be the INEC going house to house. Some party agents will do that. Some world leaders will do that. And if party agents does, then it becomes politicized. I don't even understand. So the best thing and the credible way of doing it is go to the centers, go to your ward, collect it there. Now, the work of the PGs and the community leaders is to sensitize their people. Reasons are because I was in a meeting one day, they were talking about Oba had only 2 words. And the agitation then is, Nobe Bukaligo, in with 2 words. Because the other communities that had less populations has more, like 4. And the understanding then and the explanation was that other people don't partake in these things. Even when there is a census, some of them will not go to be counted. And but after that meeting, these days, and we'll get a lot of sensitization, and a lot of people are going interested, and they're picking. I remember when our former speaker, which was our brother Ifani Nchukwu, that was when I knew I was younger. That was when Oba people actually partook in the election processes because of him. Every Oba person was interested because of our brother. You understand? So I want to believe that if the community leaders also has gone out to sensitize people and said, go and pick this. This is our benefit if we do. Because that day they were having that meeting. I came to realize that too, that a government will only know you by INEC and by Census Commission. Mm-hmm. So if the people partake, that is to say, it will help them to manage their budgeting. It will help them to get the statistics right. That these people living here, they are this number. And these people living here. There is no way INEC will come and know how many people in Oba if they don't see it on their papers. Mm. So I think this is what the community should be.
So, Maureen, do you think the committee has done well when it comes to sensitization? No. Otherwise, why are people not picking their cars?
No. Communities are not helping out. From what I'm seeing, they are not. Because these cards are being shared at the community and still people are not picking. So I don't think they are doing anything. But I don't blame the communities that much. I think we have to also look at the contestants. How can you be carrying people up and down? You are not sure if they are eligible voters. I'm a very practical person. If I'm working for you, I will tell you exactly what I'm going to do for you. And see, elections are being measured. You don't carry people up and down like you are going for a jamboree. No, that's not election. That's why you see so many people, after moving up and down, they'll still lose. They are not calculating it. If you are to work for me, you have to show me your voter's card. That is one. I will know you by your polling booth, by your word, and by your phone number. That is me for you. So when I now see your polling booth, your word, your phone number, then I will know that you are an eligible voter. Before going to the election, I will be sure that I'm going with 3,000 people who will canvass for me. And then I will be expecting that at least one person should be able to get two persons. If not anybody, get your mother and your father. That is how to calculate election. And you that is getting your father and your mother, you also tell me their polling booths. So somebody who doesn't have a polling booth doesn't have voter's card. So those people that are contesting should also get involved. Let them sponsor this. Nigerians are suffering. So they should also create an avenue, resources to fund it. Let them also sponsor it. If you pay me now to leave whatever I'm doing to go and ensure that everybody in my community gets this card, I will do that.
It's a simple thing.
Yes, it's just a way to encourage the system. INEC will not do everything. INEC is a federal government. They won't come to your house. But I can go to your house and give it to you when I'm being moved.
Well, would you allow to pick it from the INEC officer?
Sure, why not? And
Would you allow to pick another?
My sister.
Okay, play it down. Okay, you wanted to say something?
I think this multinational marketers has those kind of employment. They get one person for one person to get one person to one person to get one person. Exactly. Before you do that. So instead of...
That's networking.
Let them network, the contestants. Yes. Let their party executives do all these things. Get some people. Go make sure these people get these things. By the time you start doing that, remember, it will even help them. Because by the time I help you to get to my son now, exactly. You know, because Bible said that faith comes by hearing and understanding the word. So by the time I come to you and give you this, and so on, definitely, maybe
you didn't conclude that quotation. Faith comes by hearing.
And hearing. No. It cannot be hearing.
Hearing the word of God.
No.
So if you want to quote, you quote rightly.
No. It cannot be hearing. You can't hear two times. It's hearing and understanding.
You don't just hear anything.
No,
hearing the word of God. That's what the Bible says.
Faith coming by hearing.
And by understanding
and
it,
hearing
not
the word of God.
Hearing again.
And by you should know when you be here. That you just ended.
Yeah, because you see, let me tell you something. All these things, that is why I tell some people will come to preach to me. I will say, do it practically. Because Bible is practical. You can't expect what was preached to the Romans to be preached to Nigerians. You look at the things around us. That is what you get to convince me. So it is hearing and understanding, not hearing. But that's by the way. If they employ people to go out to go and say, take this thing, take it. Because if they bring to my words, if I collect it, I know the people around me now. If I see their names, I know their family names, except in them Bimbi. And in them Bimbi, the community leaders, we know them too. You understand? So I will be able to say, okay, this family, I jam befa, send collect an efa, beacon, it's something. But vote for me. You don't even know the face of the person you're telling vote for me.
All right. Well, just to let you know that you can also join in this discussion. The phone lines are there on the screen. You can call. There are questions you need to ask. There are contributions you need to make. We'll be here to, of course, hear what you have to tell us. We're talking about the 2023 elections and PVC collections. How well have the Nigerian citizens fared when it comes to collecting this PVC, as election is almost around the corner?
Yeah, I know. Yes, this collection. We have seen certain things in the social media that is making us feel why people are being begged to collect their cars. Some other people are manipulating this car somewhere. We have seen the video of two men collecting a voter's card from people and then giving them money. You give them your voter's card, they give you money, and they collect your card and goes. And then just yesterday, the Deltans raised an uproar that we don't understand what's going on, that will go to collect a PVC, and then they will be asked to thumbprint in a paper against your name. Though some people we saw that in Twitter, some people say that, well, it's normal. It's either you sign that you have collected or you thumbprint. But they say that they prefer to sign that thumbprint, but they are being forced to thumbprint. What are they doing with their thumbprint? Which is, you don't even understand what's going on. So why, like you say, that people, we are going about campaigning and whatever, you anya gelurana, you got a fan before you know it, if you know so this is where we have problems. Why you and I on the Bible collect a card? Two presidential candidates in Anambra State. Yet another collect card. If you get and then Indians are now manipulate cast elsewhere. The truth
is that manipulation of these things, government should come up with a very clear-cut understanding of what they want to do. They cannot be doing this. Listen, there is no, if INEC is independent truly, there should no government interference. INEC should stand. And even this appointment, INEC chairman appointment should not be political. It should be something that they should be independent and be independent, not like the president will appoint you. So that they will be able to stand their ground and conduct the elections. How can somebody force you to thumbprint because you want to take your card? Why not sign? Who doesn't know how to sign? There is only the elders. Maybe most of them now can sign and collect it. So you cannot force somebody to thumbprint, knowing that the process of the voting is thumbprinting. What if you thumbprint and they bite it and they pull it out and stamp it somewhere and say you have voted? And even all these things we are doing, the manipulation of these systems, like in advanced countries, if people will come up and say from their hearts, this is what I want to do. And they are given the space to do it. Now Nigerians will sit down. Somebody said, I am smarter. Let's wait for the election day. That is to say, something has been going down on the ground. That is the confidence he has. Okay, go and do all your noise making. I will win.
Somebody says this and you go home sleeping.
So the government and these law enforcement agencies should look straight into the INEC now and see their manipulations and see what they're doing.
All right. Engineer, let me come to you. A lot of people are talking about INEC, and it looks as if they also have, of course, they have a real huge role to play in this coming election. But let's look at the area of misinformation. Do you think it's also one of the reasons why a lot of these PVCs are not collected yet? Because if they have produced these PVCs for citizens to come and pick, and just like you said, during the registration process, there was this zeal with the Nigerian people to go through the registration process. We're expecting such zeal or even a higher zeal, in picking up the PVCs. Now, INEC as a body, do you think they've done well in the area of information? Because if PVCs are the local government, if PVC are at the world level, PVC are other places where the citizens don't even know where their PVCs are. And of course, you just talked about the stress of going to collect this PVC. Do you think they've done well in the area of information?
Okay, see what I will tell you. A lot of things people see are not the way they are. I've come to election before. I saw somebody carrying up to 50 PVCs.
One person.
I'm telling you, see, in a non-law abiding country, any law abiding citizen is committing a crime. You see those things you people are calling crime, this and that. It's not. It's Nigerian way of life. See, this is a country where you will see everybody is a criminal, including animals. Everybody is a criminal. Everybody is practicing criminality on their own level. They hold PVC. They are waiting for one politician to come and pay them. And they will pack it and give it to the person. The election day, they will start using pancanel and all sorts to do the fingerprint. I'm glad the beavers are coming. I just hope the beavers will not default.
Yeah,
because if beavers default, it will go back to the old ways. Pancanels with thumbprints in place of human. These are what we see. at our local places.
Farm kennel.
I'm telling you, I've seen it. It's not something, you know. So forget those security agencies. They are all in the system. Everybody is in the system. So who wants to catch who?
Okay, who wants to catch who? Nobody's catching anybody now, and that's a very bad situation. That's when a state is described as failed. Okay?
Exactly.
Whereby nobody checkmates anybody. You do whatever you like. This is a failed situation. And that's not what we're praying for this nation. We'd like to thank you very much for coming today. The gentleman that has joined us, sorry, I call you gentlemen, and that's who we are once it comes to this setting. Every man here, everybody here is a man. Engineer Maureen Chisoba Okoli Upu, founder Creative Ladies Global Resources. Thank you very much for coming this morning.
Thank you, ma.
And then God's own Onyeka Ubieze, public affairs analyst. So thank you for coming this morning, sir.
You are blessed. Welcome.
Okay. Now we must go.
Yes, we must go. We must go. But we would always remember to also tell you that it's important. I don't know how else, to say it. Just like our guest said, we have to keep talking. We will keep talking on our part. She's gotten her PVC. I have my PVC. Maybe my next program, I'll have to
our
bring it to
guests have
show
their
you.
PVC.
Exactly.
Our guest has their PVC.
That's
so
if engineer
probably
shows,
it's
Of
important.
course.
Yes,
Why not?
it's important you go get yours. The election is barely weeks away. What are we waiting for? Get your PVC. Join in this movement to vote, because over the years, Nigeria has been noted that the presidency and others has been, decided by minority, and this is not something that is nice for us. So please,
Now we want to make a
PVC.
change,
Yes.
and you are not moving. That's not too good. Remember, you are the change.
Yes.
You okay? You want to see a change, so start with you. Let the change start with you. Go pick up PVC, vote in an election, and then make sure you also secure your votes to ensure that it's the person you voted for that your vote goes for. Well, thank you very much. My name is Tijama. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
I'm come now for us of love. I'm only able. I'm only able. And I don't know. She follows me. Yeah, wafia. And I'm going to do. What do you say? I just